ASSN, the Adult Sports Situation Network. I am your host, 12, and next to me, our co-host, Mike Stats Seibel. And how are you doing, buddy?
Better than I deserve.
Well, the Yankees come through. They actually do it. 11-4. They slam, they destroy, they trash the Dodgers in this particular game. Mike, what went right?
Well, the bats woke up. Their bats woke up. They got a little bit of pride. They didn't want to go out on a sweep. I gotta respect the Yankees. Gotta respect them digging deep. Gleyber Torres delivers a 3-run shot. Verdugo a grand slam. Everybody's hitting in the lineup. They're grinding. They're getting on base. That's what Yankee baseball has been all season long, and they forgot it for the last 3 games, and it came alive today.
Wow, it's a good thing they came alive, man, because they were 1 foot away from the grave. Actually, they probably had 1 foot in the grave.
They have more than a foot in the grave, but maybe the whole body was in the coffin. Kind of, the dirt was being shoveled on them, and they're climbing out of that right now. They got the coffin open. They're climbing out of the grave at this particular time. Still could go back in tomorrow, but at least we have a pulse. We've seen what they can do. Hopefully, they can continue it on, make it a little bit more exciting. See where we can go from there.
Yeah. Well, this more looked like what I was expecting out of the Yankees. Like, as far as the bats are concerned, the energy over there in the Bronx was electric. There were some weird plays. I don't know if you caught that one, but there was one where there was a foul ball. It was actually caught by Betts, and then the fan held him up by his arm. One fan actually grabbed his other arm, and the other fan was prying open his glove like a clam. And got the ball out of there.
Only in New York. In New York.
I have never seen that before. I don't know if those guys got kicked out of the game before, but that was something I've never seen the likes of that in any sport, man. And the guy did look like he had a few too many. He really did, man.
Well, that's good. I mean, they need that in New York every once in a while. They got to let loose, go for it. I mean, they live in a democratic state. God help them. So, let them have a little bit of fun at the game.
Hey, it was an incredible game, man. The Dodgers, they got an up and close look at what the Yankees can do today. But the one thing I did notice, man, is that the starting pitching for the Yankees today, had the batters down 0-1. It seemed like.
The starter, I can't remember who started for the Yankees today, but the starter only went 4 innings, gave up 4 runs. It was really the bullpen that came through in the end. They really shut him down after that. After the 4th inning, the bullpen came in. Leiter Jr., a lot of the other players came in, shut them down, made it nice and easy.
Yeah,
that may hurt him later in the series, using the bullpen for over 5 innings today. But, we'll see what happens in this situation. Maybe they can get some length out of the starter. Maybe Garrett Cole come back tomorrow and see if they can win that game and go from there.
Yeah, and I tell you one thing. The one thing we actually have to look at here is Freddie Freeman again, man. I don't know if this guy's otherworldly. I don't know what's going on.
He actually set a record last night, but he said it again tonight. He has homered in 6 of the last 6 straight World Series games that he's played in. 2 in 2021 and 4 now. That's a record. The record overall for a single series is 5 home runs by Reggie Jackson, Chase Utley, one other player, George Springer for the Astros. He can tie that tomorrow night. If he hits a couple more home runs, he could break that record. I mean, that's something to be said. That man came to play in the World Series, and he's balling. And you got to protect. You got to say, hey, that's an incredible thing for you to do, to step up during the World Series, world's biggest stage.
Man, to be honest with you, I've never seen nothing like it. Not like that.
Well, I mean, you can go back to Utley's performance in 2009 where he had 5 home runs. Springer, they were cheating with the Astros, so you can't really go with that one. But, I mean, Reggie Jackson, when I was a young kid, watching him in 1977 put up 5 home runs in the World Series against the Dodgers.
Wow.
Maybe we're getting a little retribution. Freddie Freeman is excising the ghosts of Dodger past.
One thing I like about Freddie Freeman is that this man is a hustler. Like, it doesn't matter if he's swinging the bat going for the fences or if he's just trying to hustle down the line to first base. I mean, he actually hustled down that line, beat out the throw. Anthony Rizzo was fully stretched out, beat it maybe by a half a step, and that allowed the Dodgers to score that extra run. So I think that right there, man, just shows you.
Yankees to score the extra run. The Yankees scored, right?
No, the Dodgers.
Oh, the Dodgers. What am I thinking?
No, that's okay.
They scored so many runs tonight. I thought it was just all the Yankees.
Yeah, but Freddie Freeman allowed, just purely off his hustle, it allowed that one run to score. So, I mean, this guy's coming to, like you said, coming to play, and he's coming to win, man. But the Yankees are not going to give it up that easy. They're actually looking at trying to make a comeback out of this, and they can make it interesting if they turn around and make something happen in Game 5.
They can, and I mean they're going to need their starter to log some long innings in this situation, get some outs, get ahead of the hitters. They're going to need to hit. They're going to need to have those bats. I mean, they're going to need to have the bats that they had all year.
What about Anthony Volpe, man?
Grand slam. He's on base a lot. What a good night for him. What a good night for ex-Cub Gleyber Torres. A 3-run shot. He got all of it.
Yeah, he got
Austin Wells, the catcher, comes up big, hits another home run. I mean, the long ball was working tonight, and that's the Yankees that we know. That's the Yankees that we've seen all year long. And if they're hitting home runs, they're winning games.
Yeah.
But I mean, sorry, I gotta get that.
No,
but
okay.
yeah, they're winning games. They're doing a great job. They're coming to play today. They didn't want to go home and being swept. Going down in history as one of those teams get swept. I'm really proud of them.
Yeah, and one good thing too that we're seeing some good managing here when it comes to the ball games right now. Unlike what we saw with the Bears, with that Hail Mary, that last second, these two teams actually came to play and they actually have a plan where the way they're switching out their pitchers, the pitching strategies, how they're using the bullpen, just everything. I mean, I'm pretty impressed so far with the excitement of this World Series, man, and I can't wait to really see what happens in Game 5. What do you think they got to do, man, to keep cooking in the kitchen? They turned on the stove. I don't know if they got the oven going yet.
They got to keep hitting. I mean, I think we'll see Game 1 starters back for Game 5 in this situation. The problem is Game 6 is looming large with Yamamoto, being in Game 6 and being a pitcher, and then you possibly facing Walker Buehler in the bullpen in Game 7. I mean, it was really apparent that the Dodgers were bullpen by, pitching by committee today. They used a lot of pitchers. I think that was their strategy. They didn't go all that deep. Gave an extra day's rest for their starter, and I think they'll be okay. But it's an uphill battle for the Yankees. So, like I said, they got to crawl out of the grave and get back up on their 2 feet in this situation, and hopefully, that they'll do that, and we'll see some more hitting. We'll see some more long balls. We'll see, Rizzo come alive. Some of the other people come alive in this series, and I think that would be an exciting thing for baseball in this situation. We delay the free agency season one more day at least, and there'll be an interesting game tomorrow. Lots of good pitching. We'll see if Freddie Freeman can, extend his homer streak to 7 games, which would be absolutely incredible.
That would be
go from there.
Yeah. So the Yankees do it. They stave off being swept, 11-4. I think they know they're facing all the odds. Like you said, it's an uphill climb. They're looking at the mountain peak, and they're in the valley right now. But if they can somehow get through and win Game 5 and send this thing back to LA, I mean, you just never know. And if they do come back, Mike, from being down 0-3, this would have to be the best, most well-deserved World Series win I've ever witnessed, to be honest with you, outside the 2016 Cubs.
Well, I mean, there's only one team who's ever come back from this far down. Obviously, that was the 2004 Boston Red Sox against who? The Yankees.
Well,
maybe they get their redemption 20 years later, You never know.
Pretty fitting. Wouldn't it be fitting?
Yeah, it would be a good redemption.
Oh, wow. Hey, so listen, despite the Dodgers losing everything, we still got to, name off who is the clutch player of this game. Who do you think was the most clutch? It has to be one
I
person.
think it's Anthony Volpe. I think he did a great job in this situation. He hit the grand slam. He was on base a number of times during the night. I think, he's the clear clutch player of the game all the way through. You might give an honorable mention to Gleyber Torres, and then, the third one might be Freddie Freeman. But, that guy keeps hitting home runs.
I mean, he's out here trying to play by himself. He doesn't give a damn what the score is, what anybody's doing. He's going to make his bat do all the talking, I tell you. And today, I believe the ASSN gear, the person who got their ASSN gear is Freddie Freeman. So he's going to get the ASSN Gear Award for today, the ASSN Gear Player for today, because no matter what day it is, this man's ass is always in gear.
That is correct. During the World Series, at least. I mean, he's have a great. He's kind of like the Kyle Schwarber for the Dodgers. You know, October comes around, and he's hitting home runs.
Wow. So hey, we'll all be sitting in front of our TVs trying to check out to see what happens in Game 5. I mean, I expect it to be nothing less than exciting. If the Yankees went out in Game 5 with a whimper, I'd be terribly disappointed, because the way they played today, I kind of feel like they will have confidence and they have probably like a renewed vigor, and they probably are thinking to themselves, you know what? You know, it's kind of like boxing, where you see like one guy losing like the first 4 rounds, but then all of a sudden around the 5th round, he starts to turn it around because he downloaded all the information, and now he understands what you're trying to do and what's happening. But in baseball, in a series, it's a little bit different than boxing. But it could be one of those scenarios, and for the sake of baseball, I like it to be very competitive. I like to see something that's, you know, worth everybody actually watching and sitting at the edge of their seats.
Hopefully the Yankees will do their fans proud and not let them close it out on their home turf. Make them go back to Los Angeles. That you know, you never like losing on your home turf. I mean, I felt bad for the Cleveland Indians. Not really in 16, but, you know.
Hey, you know what? The only thing that's better than winning or sweeping and doing it in New York is doing it at home in front of your own freaking fans. That's
right. And I think the Dodgers might kind of like that if they get it there. They got some good pitching coming up, though.
Yeah.
You know, and their pitching is well rested, and we'll see if Garrett Cole. I mean, Garrett Cole's never really been that good in the playoffs, but we'll see if he can turn it around and, you know, make a statement tomorrow night.
Well, the Dodgers do have their foot on the neck of the Yankees, and somehow the Yankees are grabbing the ankle. We'll see which way this whole situation goes. But hey, that is Michael Stats Sidewall. I'm your host, 12. We just put our foot down. This is the Adult Sports Situation Network. And make sure you hit that like, share, and subscribe button and stay, you know, abreast on everything that we're doing here. It's going to be fun. We're going to be doing some live things from different locations, sporting events. But until next time, make sure when we pull up that you get your ass in. Right, Mike? They got to get the ass in.
Got it.
It's a lot better than being assed out, man. I'm telling you, especially out here. We'll see you guys later. So long.
Have a good one.